Breaking news coming in on the Bengaluru Stampede. NDTV has now accessed the letter that was written by the police to the Karnataka government, which had cited concerns over the large gathering that was expected as part of the celebrations and had in fact asked for additional security as well. Now, just to recap for our viewers who are joining in, the Karnataka government was given a letter by the police and they had cited concerns over the large crowd that was expected following the celebrations of RCB's victory in the IPL 2025 edition. Now, 11 lives were lost as the gathering was not controlled by the police. That is what we're learning. And in fact, the police had also asked for additional security arrangement. This is what the contents of the letter that NDTV has accessed has revealed. Let's go across to my colleague Deepak to get us more details. Deepak, take us through the contents of the letter and does it in any way indicate what the police had indeed given a heads up to the Karnataka government in terms of the security arrangements being potentially not enough?
Well, we should note that as far as, the felicitation ceremony is concerned, initially the request was for the felicitation to be held at the Vidhana Soudha. There was also a request that they wanted to carry out a victory parade, and then there was another felicitation that eventually happened at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Overall, the request first was for the Vidhana Soudha event from the KSEA to the Department of Public Administration, who in fact wrote to the Vidhana Soudha police, and this is a response letter that we've now accessed, where the Deputy Commissioner of Vidhana Soudha is making it amply clear that, the Royal Challengers Bengaluru, the franchise, has a nationwide following. This would lead to massive crowds that are gathering at a vital installation like Vidhana Soudha, and it could, lead to a crowd surge and serious concerns as far as security is concerned. They've also pointed out that while in the past as well, security concerns over lack of enough CCTVs has been pointed out, that has not completely been done. So that is another concern. They had pointed out how there could be people who are working at the Secretariat who could come in large numbers and bring in their family members as well. That again is a cause of concern. They had advised that there should be a holiday that should be declared for them. They also here more importantly said that to manage the security there should be additional forces that they would need to bring in. Now, does this really not indicate that there were some serious concerns about having the felicitation event at Vidhana Soudha? So why did they actually go ahead with it anyway? Because we should note that while the event was happening at Vidhana Soudha, there were some serious concerns. The crowds were getting agitated, there were bottles being thrown, there were stones being pelted at one point in time, there were footwear being flung into the Vidhana Soudha. We saw the railings of the exterior portion of the Vidhana Soudha, which has some of the prominent statues as well. Those railings were broken. People there were at a potential risk of going through another situation like we saw at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. But most important and pertinent question here is, because the maximum VIP movement was here at that point in time, were the cops diverted from the Chinnaswamy area where there were also over 1 lakh people towards the Vidhana Soudha, which led to most of the forces being here instead of Chinnaswamy where the stampede happened. So these are some serious questions that do come up. In the past as well, we have learned that the police denied permission for a parade, citing similar concerns. Now at the Vidhana Soudha as well for the felicitation, they had flagged off concerns, but in the end they had also mentioned if the government gives a go ahead, they will look into the necessary arrangements that need to be made.
Thanks, Deepak, for getting us all those details. Of course, lots of questions coming to the light after this letter has come to being accessed by NDTV as well, which sheds light that in fact the police had actually asked for more security personnel to be deployed considering the gathering that was expected.